Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Montana Lifestyles podcast. It's an honor to be able to sit down. I'm glad he's wearing his jacket here. Brent Jordan today.
Yeah, Brent Jordan. That's right. That's right.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, sir.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who I represent, and I'm going to promote this organization to the day I die.
Good man.
I'm president of the Montana Pro Rodeo Hall and Wall of Fame.
Nice.
And so our mission statement is to, we get to honor all of our great cowboy and cowgirl, rodeo legends from Montana.
Yep.
We enshrine them on our Hall of Fame wall, which is in front of the Metro Park Arena in Billings.
Yep.
And then our other part of the mission statement is we raise funds, scholarship funds, for young cowboys and cowgirls who are going on to compete in collegiate rodeo.
Yep.
So over the last 17 years, we've raised $675,000.
That's not much.
I know.
Good heavens.
And given it away to deserving cowboys and cowgirls to help them get their education. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of education do you send these kids to? What do you think they go for?
So look at what we do is the Montana High School Rodeo Association. They select an even number of girls and cowboys, girls and boys, and then they can go to any university, state college. They could even go and participate at a trade school. It doesn't matter to us. They go to Montana State, Miles City Community College, Texas Tech. They go Cal Berkeley if they want.
Pick which one.
But I don't think Cal Berkeley has a rodeo team. But the point is we send the scholarship monies to the academic institutions. Mm-hmm. The academic institutions administer the money for tuition or books. And they go anywhere they want in the United States, Canada, all over the world.
Nice.
We just provide the money to help them get an education.
Yeah. So now, how long have you been involved with this?
So I've been involved 17 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what's your history, man? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so let's see, I'm a fourth generation Montanan.
Nice.
My family, my great-great-grandfather was a coal miner in Butte, Montana.
Really?
So we go back to Butte. And then on the other side of the family were ranchers from out there towards Ismay, Montana, which is southeast of Miles City.
Interesting.
And but what I've done is growing up in the world of rodeo and on ranching.
Yep.
And so I went to University of Montana, got a communications degree from there.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, look at me go. Rodeoed a little bit when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then I got into rodeo announcing when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And so I've been announcing rodeos all across the country.
Awesome.
For the last almost 3 decades.
What do you think of Will? He's presenting.
Will Rasmussen.
That man is a king, isn't he?
I tell you what, he's a good friend. The entire Rasmussen family is fantastic.
Yeah.
Will's a great announcer. He's been nominated in the top 5 announcers in pro rodeo for 4 or 5 years. Of course, Flint Rasmussen, legendary rodeo clown.
Yep.
I've worked with Will. I've worked with Flint. I've co-announced a rodeo with Stan Rasmussen, their dad. So I know them all.
Yeah.
And so Will's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then tell me a little bit more about, so you've done a little bit of rodeo in your time. What kind of stuff did you enjoy doing, sir?
When I was young, I steer wrestled a little bit, team roped a little bit. But when I was a young guy, my father was in rodeo. He went to the National Finals Rodeo and bronc riding, and he really pushed me to get into announcing. Of course, when I was younger, I wanted to compete. I played college basketball in high school and stuff, and so I wanted to get in there.
Yeah.
But he said, look, the rodeo's a tough sport.
It is.
Announce rodeos. Girls like rodeo announcers too, right?
That'll work.
That's what he was conning me with when I was in my early 20s. But 30 years later, I don't want to do anything else.
Right.
I love it. I love being one of the voices of the world of rodeo.
Yep.
And when I announce rodeos, and I've done it from Florida to Spain to California, everywhere.
Yeah.
I love taking people on a journey, take them through that world of rodeo, and promote the Western rodeo lifestyle. I just love it.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. Tell me a little bit about one of the things we like to ask is, the world of rodeo is one of the only connections to connect with people, city kids, about agriculture, about this. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, what I can convey about that is when I am announcing a rodeo, as a rodeo announcer, and you're in entertainment, you do podcasts, you have to understand your audience, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm in a more urban area where I know these kids, they're kind of looking like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
They haven't seen this before.
Yep.
I will take the time during my rodeo announcing to describe what's going on.
Yeah.
More so than I might do in Belt, Montana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They already know the stuff.
They understand it.
Yeah, that's the basics for them.
But if I'm in an urban area or somewhere that rodeo doesn't get a great amount of exposure, I really take the time to talk about the livestock, talk about the cowboys, talk about what's going on.
Right.
Because when I announce, I'm announcing what I see in the arena.
Yes, sir.
And so I guess over the last 30 years, that's what you learn to do.
Yeah.
And so you talk about maybe, inner city kids, urban kids, or just suburban kids. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And adults for that matter.
Yep.
If I know where I'm at and I understand that I got to explain some more, I do it. And and if I take a little more time, I do it. If I'm in Miles City, Montana, I don't do so much.
Yeah.
They're more of an educated to the sport. They know the Cowboys. So I guess that's how I convey things.
Nice.
Yeah.
If we get this podcast out in the next day or two, which is my hope, what would you want everyone to know about this rodeo? Either what they should see if they still have the chance, or what they missed.
The Montana circuit, and this is cool. And my family has a great connection to the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
My father was on the PRCA board of directors in the 70s.
Awesome.
And he's the one that had the idea for the national circuit system.
Really?
So in 1974, he went to the board of directors of the PRCA, Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association, said, I have this idea for a circuit system. They said, okay, Larry, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first circuit was held in Montana. My father put it all together. We had our first circuit finals in Lewistown, Montana.
Awesome.
1975. And so I'm quite impartial, or let me rephrase it, quite partial to the Montana circuit finals, since it was my dad that came up with the idea.
Awesome.
But the current board, Jack Stinsland, Dave Wagner, all the boys who put on the rodeo, this is an awesome rodeo. This is the crown jewel of the Montana, of the circuit finals nationwide.
Yeah.
They'll sell this building out 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
You got some of the best livestock in the world, the best cowboys and cowgirls in the world.
Yep.
You got breakaway roping during the performance now. That's a new addition.
Yep.
If you want to do something in the middle of Montana,
This is it.
and it's been like 30 below.
January.
And January, and you're getting stir crazy.
Yep.
Come here.
Yep.
You're going to see a show. You'll get goosebumps. So what can I say about it? Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Don't
and if
miss
you
it.
did, get it on the calendar for next year, for
Yeah.
Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I
Yeah.
actually had the opportunity to talk with Jack.
Yeah.
I had 30 minutes with him a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
That man is the salt of the earth. He is
They're
incredible.
great people out there in Wolf Point country. Him and his wife are part of the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame. They're
Yep.
the honor of the
Yep.
Cowboys. Great organization.
Yes.
We do the Montana Pro Rodeo, but we're all on the same team.
Yep, yep.
We're all pushing Montana Cowboys and Cowgirls and Western Heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Brent, thank you so much. I know you have a lot going on
Yeah.
your plate. You made some time. It means the world to me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
The Montana Lifestyles Podcast is brought to you today by our one and only amazing publication, the Treasure State Lifestyles Montana Magazine. Just like our podcast, the magazine is made for Montanans by Montanans and gives you that Montana lifestyle, looking at so much incredible content. All you got to do is open up the magazine and find some inspiration on every single page. Now, before you think you can only get this magazine in stores, by the way, it is free and once a month. Make sure that you go check out treasurestatelifestyles.com to see their digital platform. That's right, you can go and see the latest publication before it even goes to print. Go and check it out, treasurestatelifestyles.com, treasurestatelifestyles.com. And if you happen to send them a message, let them know that you like the podcast. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much.